Hello, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. We have some Farmasi on deck today, and it is a new top leader from Farmasi that we have not reacted to in the past. I don't believe. I could be wrong. But anyway, that's beside the point. She is giving a whole training on how to care for your hair without being a trained cosmetologist or hairstylist or barber. Overall, this call is titled a momentum call, and there's also a testimonial from somebody else who is in the Farmasi business. It's a hot mess express, and we are gonna get right the fuck into it. But first, we need the disclaimer. If you are not familiar with Farmasi, it is Farmasi spelled with an F, not a PH, and also with an I, not a Y, because why not complicate it as much as we possibly can? Anyway, Farmasi is what is known as an MLM, also called a multi-level marketing company, network marketing company, social selling company, party plan company. Some would even refer to this type of business model as a pyramid scheme.
It's not a pyramid scheme. It's not even a scheme per se.
And that is because they do run off of a recruitment-based business model, meaning the more consultants each person recruits onto the team, the more money that recruiter makes. Now, these companies do typically have products that they sell, and Farmasi is, of course, health and wellness, skincare, and makeup. It just seems to be a classic MLM product these days, with the exception of the few outliers like Scentsy and other businesses that have different products. But now that we have a surface level understanding of what Farmasi is as a company, we can go ahead and listen to these individuals give a training on hair and talk about how great Farmasi is.
These are our guests today that are going to fire it up for us out there. And then here in just a moment, we're going to let everybody else. Bonnie, I think we're free to do that.
Could you make me co-host, Renee?
Oh, I didn't do that? Well,
it's because I was chatting with you too much.
Well, that's all right.
That's what happens when we get together.
Miss Lady Ma'am has to take the obligatory.
Some words are big and hard to understand.
You know what I mean, right? Screenshot of the people on the call so she could post it to social media for FOMO.
We chat.
So true. Okay, there you go.
There we go. I'm going to let everyone in, and I will. Yes, and I'll manage the screen.
Perfect.
Hey, we are a good team here.
Woo-woo! Everything's working normally today. Knock on something.
Please do. Please do. Let's keep it that way.
I'm telling you what, some days I think the universe is against me technologically. Good morning out there, everybody. I see people. People. Hi, Kelly, Darlene, Ashley, Donna.
Good morning. Good morning, Charlena. Haven't seen Charlena, I don't think, since convention. But nice to see you here. Nice to see everyone.
It's been a minute. Can we all just take a second to appreciate Miss Bonnie's new haircut?
Oh, stop.
Come on now, ladies. Like, come on. We know this is so cute. So cute. She said she might even go a little shorter next time. I say go for it, of course.
I got brave. Thank you.
Well, we love it. We love it. I
don't know what she looked like before, but her hair does look very nice.
Okay, guys. So we're so excited to be back again with you for another Momentum Farmasi. Thursday is our day. It's our gig. It's Bonnie and I's time to kind of just do this gig together. We love it. We enjoy it. We love all of you guys and the guests that we have. Today, we're going to do a success story first, and then we're going to jump into some hair care. Now, guys, this particular FI said to me, if you ever need anyone to talk about hair, I can talk for days. And I'm like,
alrighty.
What? It's time to put her to the test.
I love it.
FI, if you didn't know, it stands for Farmasi Influencer. Not incredible, not flaming idiot, not farts inside.
Jesus, when are you going to grow up?
It sounds horrific.
None of those things. It means Farmasi Influencer. I am so sorry.
I can't wait.
I know it's going to be so good. But first of all, let's go ahead and jump into our success story. We have Sybil with us today. Sybil, I'm not going to steal any of your thunder. I know that you are on our other speakers team, so we're kind of pulling a 2-for-1 today. But we're going to hear your success story. I want you to tell us a little bit about yourself and how you're doing here at Farmasi and how you have found your success. Take it away, my friend.
Hi there. Thank you so much for having me. My name is Sybil. I am a toddler mom from Colorado. I've been with Farmasi for a year and a half. I've also been in network marketing for 12 years. So I think my journey mostly started in my mid-20s. I wasn't always the pretty girl. I wasn't the girly girl. My makeup was from Walmart.
There's literally nothing wrong with getting your makeup from Walmart. In fact, I use mostly Walmart makeup. I have made it known that, of course, I have to use a problematic eyeshadow palette from Anastasia of Beverly Hills because I just love the eyeshadow. But most of my makeup comes from Walmart, Target. I use e.l.f. I'm probably problematic for that too.
I can't please everyone.
There's nothing wrong with getting your makeup from Walmart. In fact, the Walmart makeup, in my opinion, from what I've seen from Farmasi, is likely way better quality anyway. So don't knock Walmart makeup. Anyway, carry on, ma'am.
I applied foundation with my hands, and no, I did not clean my hands before applying my foundation. Don't come for me. I didn't know. But mascara, chapstick, that was my go-to out the door. But I had terrible breakouts all over my face, so I would never leave the house without a full face. I didn't even do my eyebrows until almost 30. Like, I just didn't know. So I wanted to be the girly girl. So I joined a makeup company thinking, hey, let's earn some extra income. Let's learn about some makeup. But it was always a side hustle for me. So I ran an auto repair shop for 13 years for my parents. I did everything from accounting, service writer, parts, even I was a mechanic. We did 7 days a week, 12-hour days. It was a rough life. But I would come home at night and I would film my content. But I became a selfie queen because I would take a picture with a car that I was working on. Even if I was under it, I was snapping selfies. So that was kind of fun. But I wanted to retire my dad with that income, and it just always stuck as a side hustle. So I met a man, and of course, you know what happens? We had a baby, so life shifted. When my baby turned 2, he was actually diagnosed with apraxia. So a lot of speech therapy. It's hard to hold down a 9-to-5 job and have somebody that needs to have speech therapy 3 hours a week. Like, it's not a thing.
Well, except it is.
So that's where network marketing really started to like sound the little alarm that, hey, maybe you should switch from side hustle to full time. So, and the truth is, I just felt forced with my last company that I was with. I felt like it was one size fits all. There was no options. I'm going to get into that later because options is my favorite part of Farmasi. But when looking to join a new company, Farmasi was absolutely unmatched in everything I looked up. And the excitement of joining, this was the place to be. So I was still worried. I was on the fence. I was like, my face, my skin is so sensitive. I was like, I am terrified to try something new. So I ordered a VFX foundation, a full blast mascara, and a lip gloss. And let me tell you, chef's kiss. There was no irritation. The makeup didn't smell. And the lip gloss, it was not sticky. Like, if you had a sticky lip gloss, you understand, okay? And even though I joined Farmasi for the makeup part of it, I fell in love with the skincare because my face is clear. I am so proud to go to the pool or go to the grocery store and not wear makeup. Like, oh, it's just a weight lifted off of me. And my toddler's love language is touch. So he's constantly touching my face. I'm like, please don't touch my face. But I don't have breakouts. I'm so grateful.
There's way better products out there that cost way less than Farmasi because they don't have to pay the middlemen of the FIs.
For the amazing products at Farmasi, I have come up with my niche. My niche is quick mom life. And that came about when I started to do my lives. I came on and I always said, I have 10 minutes and I gotta go to an appointment. I got to drop Lolo off at school. So I became the quick mom niche. But I wanted to like expand on that. I wanted to do more. So I started looking into the working woman who has 10 minutes to get out the door to get to work to her 9-to-5 job. The world traveler that just can only put a few things in her luggage to get from place to place. So how I could wrap all that together. And I started doing these. So the 3-in-1 palette is great because you can do your eyes, your blush, your bronzer, your highlight. It's just one palette. It's super easy. And then if you do the midnight touch, I absolutely love this line. But again, you do eyes, lips, cheeks, contour. It's just amazing that you can have one product and do all these amazing things.
This is nothing new.
Farmasi is not breaking ground on any of that. Those things have existed. Those things have come into play over the past few years because it's been trendier now to look more natural. You want the natural makeup look. So you put on a couple of products. There's not a lot of blending that goes on. There's not a lot of brushes you need. There's not a million palettes you need to create this look. Most makeup lines out there now offer a on-the-go palette. where you have everything you need in one palette. You have your bronzer, your concealer, and your blush in one palette and whatnot. It's nothing groundbreaking. This is all out there for the consumer to go and get right off the shelf. They don't have to contact a middleman to order their skincare and makeup products. It's nonsensical to offer a business model like this, in my opinion.
It's not just EU compliant though. I mean, it's luxury makeup. The biggest part for me is that it's beginner friendly and it's easy to apply. I absolutely love that.
There's also EU compliant makeup in the United States. So I'm in the United States. We do have access to things. It's not easy. It's not as easy as, European countries to go and get EU approved products because, we're not in Europe. Anyway, we do have access to those things. We have access to products that are EU approved and not through a multi-level marketing company.
Especially for moms that say, oh my gosh, I love your makeup, but I could never do that. Girl, you should have seen where I started. Get this, you know what I mean? And I love the options part of it because you can go matte or you can go glowy or you can mix and match and do both. The same thing with like the nutrition line. If you're not about gummies and being in your teeth and being all sticky, that's perfect. We have tablets. If you don't want a tablet, that's okay. We have a powder version, a liquid version. Like we have so many options. But the biggest thing that I think shifted my business was to know the products. So my thing is blush. My team is Blushing Beauties. So I wanted to learn all about the blushes. I could tell you my favorite blush powder is going to be Cool Queen. I can tell you my favorite stick blush is going to be Play. And my favorite liquid blush is going to be Dignity. My absolute favorite blush ever. Okay. So know the products, learn the products, love the products, and then it's easy for you to go out there and say, girl, you need this Dirty Rose liquid liner. You need this satin pink lip gloss because it is so good together. So learn the products, love the products. And then to wrap it up, I would just like to share 3 of my highlights that I've had since I've joined Farmasi. Team ambition. I absolutely love you girls so much. I did not know that I needed community and friendship and love and support. And I can tell you, even outside of Farmasi, these girls, they are my friends, my family. They are my go-to. And
for now, yeah, for sure. I talk about this a lot because I was a part of multiple communities that touted that they were going to be there forever. And guess who wasn't there as soon as I left each MLM that I left? That community.
Ooh, big shocker there.
There have since been people that have reached out. Like we have talked. They have left the MLM also, but it's not a sisterhood. It is until you leave because, everybody's making money off of each other. But when that financial tie is cut, there is no reason for them to make sure that they're keeping a connection with you. So it will quickly fizzle away and be redirected to the new people that are making them income. Speaking from experience.
I absolutely love that. And even outside of Team Ambition, like everybody I've come across, I'm not going to cry. Ashley Veal, Heather Watson, they're not in our upline, but they still open up team chats for us and power hours on Saturday mornings. And I'm so appreciative that everybody comes together and everybody learns and everybody grows. And I just love that so much. My number 2 highlight, which I'm sure my team is going to laugh because this is like something I've been screaming about since we left convention, walking the stage. I loved walking the stage as an all-star. It was like such a highlight and such an honor. And I had so much energy and I want to walk the stage.
It's like a cheerleading banquet. Like we went to cheerleading banquets when I was in elementary school and middle school to go and get our trophy.
I won this trophy fair and square.
That's not what the real world is like when you're trying to build a business and get some kind of financial stability. I love recognition when you're working for a company, and I think it's necessary for morale to keep it up and whatnot. But having these huge things where people get recognized for, recruiting or whatnot, while the levels of their financial income are not matching the way they are being presented, that's problematic and it's a red flag. Just saying.
Every convention. But it was also meeting corporate. Like I got a great picture with Renee and Bonnie. Like they're out on the registration floor with us, just interacting and taking pictures. And that stood out to me as
meeting corporate and taking pictures with them was a highlight. I've never heard somebody that works for a traditional company be excited to meet corporate and take pictures with them. That's also a red flag, in my opinion, allegedly. These people act like they're meeting the Pope. Relax. They started a multi-level marketing company.
is amazing, like to just be in it with us. I loved it. And then my third highlight is going to be speaking on this call because I've grown so much as a leader and I finally get to share my voice and share my ideas. And I appreciate corporate so much for allowing us these opportunities. So thank you.
There was nothing to say this is a successful business from that. She just gave testimonial about the makeup products that she used and she liked walking across the stage.
Okay. Well, wasn't expecting me to get teary on this call. Okay. All right. Sybil, you're the sweetest. Those are great highlights. Thank you for sharing those with us. Appreciate that so much. I love your story. I love how you are now a girly girl like you always wanted to be. And we just appreciate you so much. Can't wait to see you back at convention, walking the stage again for whatever your next goal is. We're just so proud of you. And Tiffany, I know you're just beaming with pride. I can see you. So thank you so much, Sybil. We appreciate you. Woo, okay then. All right. Let's go ahead and move right into, you better not make me cry either. And I'm not saying your last name because you know I butcher it every time. But guys, please welcome Tiffany. And Tiffany's going to share all about our amazing pharmacy hair care with you. And her hair results have been fascinating. I'm going to let her speak. Go for it, Tiff. We can't wait.
Hello, guys. My name is Tiffany Treeganning. I am never going to make Renee have to say that. So let me start with something before I even get into hair care. And I'm like trying to hold back. Sybil, you should have warned me a little bit. But I just want to tell everybody that's watching this call, and I want a reminder of sometimes in this industry, it gets to the point that you start to look at other people's journeys and you start to compare yourself and things like that. I want you to know that rank is not defining you. Okay. And Sybil is such a perfect person to put in that spotlight. She works so hard.
It's not defining you. However, it is determining how much money these people are making. So they are worried about the rank because they want to be making some kind of income and not losing money.
She shows up to every single call. She is always helping everybody on the team, no matter what. She works so, so hard. Just because she's not a manager yet does not mean that that's not going to happen. And I know that it's right around the corner for her.
How do you know that? Do you have a crystal ball, ma'am?
Even the Magic 8 Ball said outlook not so good.
But a lot of these calls, you're going to see people with this massive success in this business. And just know that that rank doesn't define you. Okay. Your success is around the corner. It's going to come. We're in such a perfect place here with Farmasi. So just want to throw that out. But anyways, let's stop getting emotional and let's talk about hair. So a little backstory about me. For anybody that doesn't know about my hair journey, if anybody follows me on social media, I talk about hair constantly.
And that makes me somewhat like an expert.
But a little backstory. I've been in this industry for about 10 years now, and about a year and a half ago, I decided to come to Farmasi. I left my previous company, which was the first company I had ever been with.
I just want to put this out there to put context to what she's saying. By quote unquote, this industry, she means the network marketing industry, not the hair care and skincare industry. She is now touting herself as a hair expert because she has her own hair journey, not because she's trained in hair care. I just want to put that out there.
But they were very makeup and skincare based. And that's what I was all about. I was about the beauty. I loved everything about it. So to be honest with you, when I came to Farmasi, I was not looking for hair care. I had gone through this massive hair journey of trying to get my hair healthier. And to be honest with you, I was at a point that I was like, I'm giving up. Okay. There's nothing that's going to help. I have been through it all. A little backstory to that. I've always had longer hair. In my like self-love journey, if anybody was to ask me back in the day, like what was the number one feature, I would say my hair. All day long, my hair. That was like the one thing I loved. And I went to a new hairstylist. I moved to a different state and tried on a new hairstylist, and she ended up frying my hair off. To the point that maybe about a month or two after I got my hair done, my hair started breaking. Okay. Not just falling out, breaking. Every time I would touch it, my desk would be covered in hair. To the point that at one point, I think my hair was probably up to here. And it was like all different layers, broken, crazy. I cried about it for so long. And then a little bit later, after trying tons of different products, I tried expensive, I tried drugstore, I've tried keratin treatments, I've like literally done it all. I got pregnant. And at that point, you start to get this glow, your skin gets beautiful, your hair gets beautiful. My hair started growing, but it was still breaking. So after I had my son, my hair drastically changed, got super, super dry. And then I started to hit that postpartum hair loss. Okay. So it was just like one thing after another. And then I ended up getting COVID when my son was about 6 months old, and it ruined the health of my hair. My hair wouldn't take color anymore. It was a whole thing. Okay. So within this process, like I said, I had tried so many things that I wasn't really thinking that like pharmacy was going to change everything. But once I got here, I said, well, I might as well buy the hair care, right? With our discount, get the 50% off, try the products, and then just see how they go. And drastic change without me even realizing it. I remember I was speaking on stage at one of our team trainings, and my sponsor actually was like, "Oh, like your extensions look really good today." And I said, "I didn't wear my extensions today." So at that point, I think that that's when it kind of clicked for me that I started going through my old videos and my old photos and really drastically seeing like that change that's happened in my hair. So if you guys don't know a lot about the hair care, we are going to talk about it. Okay. I'm going to try not to take up too much of your time. I literally have pages of notes so that I stay on subject. Cause like I told Renee, I was like, I'll talk all day about this because I absolutely am in love with these products. So first off, we're going to talk about how to position yourself as an expert with hair care.
The first thing you need to do to position yourself as an expert in hair care is, maybe this is just an idea, just a thought, get licensed as a hairstylist, cosmetologist, and/or barber.
What a great idea.
A fun fact about me, if you did not know, if you're new here, I like to do things. I like to learn things. I like to get certified in things. The first thing I did when I graduated from high school was go to hair school. I am a licensed, currently still. I do not practice though. I am a licensed cosmetologist and barber, and I practiced for 7 years. So I do have thoughts and feelings about people like this who have had their own hair journey, thinking that they are now hair experts, because they are in fact not knowledgeable on hair care, scalp care, chemicals, none of it, because they didn't go to school for it. They didn't take the exam. They didn't get licensed. And I'll stand by that till the day I die. I know that there are people that say that people who have their cosmetologist license, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't count. And that's not the case. There is a lot of training that goes into it. There's a lot of things you have to know about different types of hair, about different textures of hair, about different skin conditions to look out for when we're talking about the scalp, things like that. It's not as cut and dry as these hair experts on TikTok make it sound.
We're going to talk about what makes pharmacy hair care powerful, and then we are going to talk about how to promote the hair care. Okay. So the first thing, to become an expert on any product, right? Even if you're not into the hair journey, this is going to be for every single person. Do your research. Okay. There's a lot of things that we can end up talking about and making content about without saying like, come try pharmacy products to get healthier hair. My biggest thing is like, I want to educate my audience on hair health in general. Okay.
You can't educate your audience on hair health in general when you don't even know what the fuck you're talking about.
One of the things that I learned, which is just kind of crazy, you guys will have to tell me in the comments if you knew this. Did you know that your hair or your scalp ages quicker than your skin on your face? Look, Bonnie's shaking her head. Yes, I had no idea. I literally didn't know. But there's so much emphasis on skincare, 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 and not about talking about our scalp. Okay. And we're going to go all into scalp health and all that kind of stuff. See, so many people didn't know that, but it ages quicker than your face. So we need to start taking care of our scalp. All right. So healthy hair is going to start at the scalp. Most people are going to ignore that, right? When they think about hair health, they're going to think of, oh, what can I put in the ends? That's the driest part of my hair. What kind of products are going to help my hair? And they're ignoring the idea of our scalp is where everything starts. Okay. So I need to understand the fundamentals of hair growth, hair strength, hair health in general, right? So this is one thing that I actually did. is I went on ChatGPT is like my new best friend. I was very anti this for a long time. I think
she's a ChatGPT hair expert. I love it here. What a time we're having.
if it's used correctly, it's a really good resource for your business.
How exactly would you define correct?
So I use ChatGPT. And I went in and I asked it just basic ideas of hair health. Nothing about pharmacy, nothing about hair products. I wanted to become an expert on hair health in general. So I asked it things about the importance of scalp treatment, key factors affecting hair health, the science of healthy hair, and ingredients that are going to help healthy hair. So I took all of that information and then looked into our hair care products on what that's going to do for hair. Okay.
A real expert.
So ChatGPT is one of my best friends. Google is also another. I literally will just Google things about hair health, hair ingredients, things like that. Okay. So we want to become an expert. And it's the same thing of, you know, if you're into skincare, become an expert on skin. It's not just become an expert on the products, be an expert in that category.
Become a dermatologist or an esthetician, both of which you have to go to school and get formal education for. Don't take hair and skincare advice from a TikTok expert. Make sure they have credentials behind their expertise. Please, not Google or ChatGPT certificates.
Okay. So let's talk about the different pharmacy products, and so we can get more comfortable in recommending these to our customers. Okay. The first thing that I absolutely love about our hair care line is that there is a color protecting complex in it. Okay. And what does that mean?
Welcome to Earth. Those things exist in a lot of hair care products now because a lot of people color their hair. Not new.
For everybody that colors their hair, for anybody who doesn't know, I'm a natural blonde. Okay. You might see a lot of gray around the front of my face, but I am a natural blonde. So I do color my hair regularly to get the darker color. And I love that it's not going to strip my color. Okay. So that's one of the biggest things. And that's something that I always bring up to my customers as well. I always ask them, do you color your hair? And the ones that say yes, I'm like, great. You're not going to have a problem with this.
Except your products are still so limited. But okay, since Farmasi has a color safe shampoo and conditioner, you are now a hair expert. You have one product to offer them for their colored hair. Okay.
For products that I've used in the past, I've had a problem with it fading my color over time. Okay. Next thing, there's lots of claims on the website that you guys can look at, but the hair care products are SLS free, they're gluten free, paraben free, silicone free, they're vegan, tons of things, right? Really, really good ingredients in our hair care. Okay. So the 4 main lines, let's talk about them. Okay. So first thing, I have them all sitting here because they're all over my desk for my videos. The reviving line. Okay.
You're saying okay too much.
I know that this is one of the most popular. A lot of people talk about this. Now, if you've been in pharmacy for a little bit, I know there's some people that are very upset about the revitalizing going away. But here's a little info on you. This baby has garlic and capixul in it. Okay. So this.
Does it smell like fucking garlic? Could you imagine using a shampoo that smells like garlic? I know I smell like garlic a lot. We use it in everything we cook, but I don't know if I'd want to be shampooing my hair with a clove of garlic. I'm sure it doesn't smell like garlic, does it?
Is going to help strengthen your hair and give you healthier hair. Okay. So this is a great product for somebody that has thinning hair. It's going to help it look shinier and healthier. And like I said, this does have the garlic and capixul in it. Okay. The next thing. This is my favorite line. This is the one that I actually use, but this is the hydrating line. So this is going to be for people that have dry, brittle hair. Now this tends to be a little bit heavier on your hair. So anybody that has a little bit more fine hair, they're probably not going to love this. Okay. Regardless if their hair is a little bit drier, this does tend to be a little bit heavier. Okay. And then we have the volumizing. This is going to be for people that are going to have that thin, fine hair that need a little bit more volume. And this is going to be a lot more lightweight on their hair. Okay.
She's almost verbatim reading the labels.
This is light shampoo. This is for people with fine hair.
Obviously, it says what kind of hair it's for on the bottle. It doesn't make you a hair expert. I have my cosmetology license and I practiced for 7 years. I still don't consider myself an expert. I didn't consider myself an expert then either.
And then of course we have the intensive repair. line.
For damaged hair? Is it for damaged hair?
This is going to be really good for that brittle, damaged hair.
Who'd have thunk? You knew this, right? The regular consumer knows this stuff because it's on the label.
This is something that I actually started with the intensive repair when I first started using Farmasi hair care, and then I went into the hydrating over time just because my hair is super, super dry. Okay, so let's talk about the oils. Okay, this is my big one. You are going to see me rave about the elixir. Okay.
Stop saying okay.
Oh, also, I skipped my notes. Another thing that I learned, I really want to hear the truth about this. How many people shampoo their hair twice? Or do we only shampoo our hair once? Need to start shampooing your hair. Look, Bonnie knows everything about hair. I'm like so proud. I, for 30 years, shampooed my hair once. Never did anybody tell me that. But please shampoo your hair twice. Okay.
That's a shame. Your hairstylist should have told you that, girl. As a hairstylist, I always instructed my clients on wash days, shampoo your hair twice. Not every day. Do not wash your hair every day unless you have like super greasy hair. Then I get it. I can understand that. Washing your hair every day can be super damaging to your scalp.
Okay. Take a small amount of shampoo, put it in your hand, work it together, roots only, right? And then rinse it out. And then you're going to shampoo a second time. The biggest thing is your shampoo is going to cleanse your hair, get rid of all that buildup on your scalp. The second shampoo is actually going to give you those ingredients, and it's going to do its job and not have to fight through, dirt, oil, and all those kinds of things, right? So, okay, I wasn't alone. Some people didn't know that.
That's not actually why. It's just cleaning your hair. Your hair's dead. This is dead. You can't fix it. You can pretend to fix it, we'll say. There are products that will smooth your hair out. But the ends of my hair are fucked. I just really make them look like they're fine in most videos because nobody else needs to know that the ends of my hair are fucked.
It's a secret.
These people who are telling you that the shampoo needs to wash your hair twice so the chemicals can get in and do its job to the hair that you're washing, they're lying to you. Your hair is dead. You can't do anything to the physical strand that is outside of your scalp already unless you're chemically altering the state of the hair. That's it. You cannot fix it. It's done. These people in the MLMs will constantly talk about how their hair care products will fix your hair. Your damaged hair is going to magically be fixed. You can never fix damaged hair that's already outside of the scalp because it's dead. That's it. That's all I have to say.
All right, so let's talk about oils. This is where I get really, really excited. Now, let me do some clarifying. I have looked into this. I've done so much research because I have learned a lot about scalp health, okay? And we'll talk about that a little bit. But there is the two different oils, right? We have the reviving hair oil and then we have the super elixir, okay? Now, the reviving oil, I'm going to be really real with you, is going to be more of a, I don't want to not a temporary fix, but not a long-term fix for your hair. This is going to give you benefits for split ends, dry hair, frizzy hair. It's going to show results immediately, but it's something that you're going to have to do regularly to keep those results going. It's not going to be like a long-term health, okay? Versus the super elixir oil that is going to give you all of those benefits long-term for healthier hair. Okay. Not talking down on the reviving oil, but I have done my research to kind of look at it. And I think that sometimes we look at the reviving oil is in the series with the reviving shampoo. And we're like, oh, that's for hair growth, things like that. That's really going to grow your hair. It's more for strengthening your hair. Okay. So, let's talk about the super elixir, why this is my holy grail item, my hero product. I will talk about this all day long because truthfully, that's where the game changed for me for hair health. Okay. Now, you can look into a ton of things on when it comes to the ingredients. I could be here literally all day talking about ingredients for this. But scalp treatments are going to be the most important thing when it comes to a healthier hair. So yes, the elixir has helped my hair grow, but this is also going to be for people that just want overall healthier hair. Okay. Think of your scalp as the soil to a plant. Okay. When we're trying to grow a plant, we're not watering the leaves. We're not focusing on that. We're focusing on the soil, right? That's where all the nutrients are coming from. That is the same thing with your scalp. You all day long can put product in the ends of your hair, the mid of your hair, all those things. But if you're not treating your scalp, then you're not going to see those long-term results. And like I said, after trying tons of different products and treatments and all these things, I wasn't seeing results because I wasn't focused on one of the main things when it comes to hair health. Okay. So like I said, scalp treatments are not just for hair growth. It's going to be for overall healthier hair. when it comes to doing a scalp treatment, this is going to eliminate scalp sensitivity. It's going to help eliminate dandruff. I have super, super dry scalp. Okay. This is the only thing that has done wonders for my dandruff. Even if you have oily scalp, this is the same concept of if you have oily skin, you need to hydrate your skin even more because your skin is fighting for that moisture, right?
I really have a hard ass time believing that this one oil works for both dry and oily scalp. Everybody has a different need in their scalp. I do believe that scalp oil is helpful, and I believe that scalp treatments are helpful. If you're looking for a scalp treatment, nioxin. For me personally, with my clients in the past and with myself, I have had great luck with the nioxin scalp treatments. But again, they're very specific. You're treating a specific need. You're either treating very oily hair. Maybe you have oily and flaky. Maybe you just have flaky. There's so many different ailments that you have to consider when you're trying to give somebody a scalp treatment. I have a really hard time that this one pharmacy scalp treatment is going to help everybody. That's my personal opinion. And professional, I guess we could say. I don't consider myself an expert, but I am a professional.
Real one?
Yep. When it starts to dry out a little bit, that's when we produce more oil on our skin. That's the same thing that's happening to your scalp. So if you have oily scalp and you feel like you got to wash your hair every single day, it's because your scalp needs to be hydrated, and this is going to help with that.
Okay. Ma'am, no. Some scalps just primarily produce more oil than others. That's just human makeup. We're not all the same. Your scalp producing more oil doesn't mean that your scalp is dry. Sometimes it does. She's not fully wrong, but she's not right.
Okay. It's also going to reduce breakage and fallout with your hair, and it's going to aid against aging scalp. Okay. It is also going to protect against damage. There's vitamins and fatty acids in this oil that are actually going to create a barrier against heat styling, environmental damage, things like that. So that's a great benefit to talk to your customers about. Okay, so here's the thing. I was like thinking about doing a scalp treatment on here, but I got so much information for you.
How is it protecting against heat treatment? Like you rinse it out, right? How is it protecting against heat? If you're not putting a heat protectant on your hair after you showered, after you've already washed everything out of your hair, then it's not really protecting your hair from the heat. But believe what ChatGPT has told you, I guess.
And I literally, when Renee messaged me about doing this, I just did a scalp treatment the day before. Not that it would hurt my scalp to do it, but let's talk about how to do scalp treatments with the oil. Okay. Cindy, we're going to talk about that. So I take this super elixir. I just get a little bit into the dropper. Okay. And I literally just section my hair. It's not going to take a ton of oil, and it literally takes like 5 minutes to do this. Okay. So I'll literally just take my hair down like the center of my head. It doesn't have to be like a perfect, part. I'll take the oil and I'll just drop a few drops in there. I'll take my nail, kind of section over here, drop it right here. Now everybody's hair is going to be a little bit different. I get really, really dry scalp, like right here. So I make sure I really focus on the oil, like close to my hairline, but then I'll just take that back. I'll do like another one back here. Sometimes I have really bad sensitivity, like about the crown of my head. So I'll take a little bit of oil and put it there. Okay. So just a couple little sections with your hair. The next thing is super important. Never use your nails, okay? Your scalp is very, very sensitive, and we don't want to damage the skin on our scalp. So always use your fingertips. If you're like me, you got long nails, avoid, okay? It feels nice, but we want to avoid. So take the fingertips of your fingers and then literally just massage it in for a couple of minutes, okay? That's all it's going to take. Now, I like to also take my hair after I do my scalp, and I will put oil in the ends of my hair too, just to kind of refresh the ends. This is going to be the driest part of your hair. Of course, when you're talking about overall hair health, you're really going to want to focus on your scalp, but I always put it in my ends too. Now, this is my big one, okay? Some people will say, leave the oil in for an hour or two. I leave it in overnight, okay? And when I started to do that, I saw the biggest, results with it, leaving it overnight. Okay. So I'll put it in at night. I will take a silk scrunchie. That's very important. Don't do those like tight elastic things.
Let me tell you, somebody who has naturally oily scalp, not because their scalp is too dry, is going to have a fucking shitty time if they sleep with this oil in their hair. They're going to have to clarify with clarifying shampoo, condition the fuck out of it because they just had to clarify the fuck out of it. Like, what are we doing, lady? You have no idea what you're talking about. Have several seats.
Do a silk scrunchie. It's going to be less damaging to your hair. I take my hair, I put it up in a bun on the top of my head, and I go to sleep. Because it is a dry oil, and if you allow that to sink into your scalp, it's not going to transfer on your clothes. It's not going to transfer on your pillow, none of that. And then leave it in, okay? The next morning, I'll get up and I will shampoo my hair twice, and then I will condition my ends, and then you can go ahead and style like usual, okay? As simple as that. It's literally the easiest thing. I do it once a week. If I feel like my hair is really good at the time, sometimes I'll do it like once every other week. But once a week is plenty. You don't want to do any more than that, literally once a week, and it's going to give you those results. Now, like anything else, hair journey is going to take time. Okay. So you got to stick to it just like anything else. You're not going to do it the first time and be like, my hair feels amazing. It's the best thing in the world. It definitely took time to see those results. But I will say, even after the first time I used it, I was like, I know this is going to work for me. And then I just started to see the growth, less breakage, all of the things over time. Okay. So let's finish up. I know I'm talking a lot. I'm very sorry, but I'm very excited about talking about all this stuff. So let's finish this up with how to promote the hair care products.
It just feels like Monat all over again. Does it not? It's giving throwbacks to Rejuvenique.
Okay. Now we have styling products, things like that. I wasn't trying to like talk about everything on here. Do you wash your hair every day? I do not. Okay. One of the biggest things with hair health is you don't want to wash it like you don't want to wash it every single day, but you also don't want to go too long in between washing. I would say I wash my hair probably every 3 days.
You can go as long as the f you want in between washing, to be totally honest. The longer, in my experience and in my opinion, the better. There's nothing wrong with not washing your hair. That's a myth that she just made up. Yeah, we want to be clean and keep our hair clean, but if you're not stanky, there's no bugs crawling around in there, you have brushed your hair, maybe you use a little bit of dry shampoo to get that oil up, you're good to go, girl, boy. They rock that hair. You don't gotta wash it that often. The less the better, because you're stripping it of the oils it needs when you wash it. I could go on forever about hair. I did love doing hair, obviously, but I also didn't. Anyway, let me stop rambling.
And it does really well for my hair. And that just works for me. Too long, you know, obviously your hair is going to get too dry, things like that. If you're doing it every day, you are stripping natural oils off of your scalp, so you don't want to do that. Okay. So once a week for the hair oil.
Too long, your hair is not going to get dry. Your hair is going to get dry from washing it too much. She's really showing her ignorance about hair. What a hair expert she is.
And then usually like a hair mask, I'll do once a week too. I'll usually do that, you know, like after, if I do an oil treatment, I wash my hair, I'll do a regular wash. The next time I'll do a hair mask and just kind of like keep up that schedule. Yeah, a couple times a week, I think is plenty. Okay, so let's talk about how to promote hair products. Number one, consistency, education, and a personal story. This is what's going to give you confidence and what's going to bring in sales.
Wait, what?
Never once in my entire career as a hairstylist did anybody, whether it was the product representative that came to our salon and taught us about a new product, or whether it was my teacher, never did they tell us we needed a personal experience in order to influence somebody to buy the product. Ever. What we needed was knowledge on how hair works and how this product is going to help the hair that needs it. You don't need a personal experience to sell something. You just need the knowledge. You need knowledge. Real knowledge. Not ChatGPT knowledge. Real knowledge.
Knowledge is power.
Okay. Number one, you have to be a product of the product. Yes, it's going to take time to see that full journey when it comes to hair health.
Again, no, you don't. No, you fucking don't. For example, we had a product line that was newer. It was from Wella. Wella is a hair care product company. If you're not familiar, they have hair color, they have shampoo, they have all of the things you could possibly need. Perms, everything. The salon I was working at primarily worked with just Wella. Wella had come out with a brand new color line where you very much personalize the color to the person's head. Anyway, doesn't matter. This product line was so fun to use and so cool for the client to experience that in the salon, me and one other girl were the ones that used it the most. I worked with it so much and I loved it so much. And I put it on all of my clients' heads who were getting color and they loved it so much. Not once did I use it on my own hair because I already had a color that was working for my hair. I didn't need a new color. You don't need a personal experience with a product in order for it to work for somebody else, to sell it to somebody else, to use it on somebody else. You just need to know how it works and why you should be using it.
So it is going to be a little bit of a journey. And I think that it's okay in the meantime to share other results from other FIs or, anybody else that's using the hair care. For anybody that follows me on social media, you guys are more than welcome to take my results photos, share them away. Okay. I don't mind whatsoever. But it's going to take time to be able to do that. Okay. So, but you can instill trust into your customers by taking them on that journey. So today, if you say, look, I just got off of a training, I learned all about hair health, I'm excited to go on this hair journey, come with me, okay? And keep people up to date while you're going through that journey. No, you're not going to see massive results in your first couple of weeks, but over time, you're going to get those results, okay? So take people along with you. Of course, share before and afters. One of the things that I wish I did is take before photos. But again, I wasn't thinking that I was going to get these drastic results. So I got to go through like old videos and just kind of take screenshots of like where I can see my hair, to be able to like really show that difference. But if you're going to go on a hair journey, take before photos. Okay. That's key. Of course, use all types of social media, get in your stories, make reels about it, go live, to show hair treatments, things like that. The more knowledge that you share, the more everybody else is going to be excited about trying these products. Here's another thing is ask who wants to go on a hair journey with you. If you're going to start it now, go ask your customers. I'm on a hair journey. I'm excited about trying these products. Who wants to try them with me? And we'll do a journey together. We'll keep up, we'll talk, check in with each other about how our hair health is. It's really good to get your customers to take part in that. Focus on education. I can't stress that enough. Okay.
Educate yourself, girl. You don't have enough of it yet to tell everybody else to focus on education. You look like a fool.
Not just selling the products. It's one thing to get on and be like, this is my super elixir and I love it. And it's my hero product and you really need this for your hair, versus telling people about the ingredients in it, what it does, how it's going to help their hair. Okay. Encourage customers and team members, of course, to take results photos, share your client story and results. Most customers are not going to be against when you say, hey, can I share your results? Or, do you mind sending me photos of your hair? Things like that to be able to share. Share pain points of hair health. And this is one of the things that, I try to do on my social media all the time. I literally just posted a video, and in the first 3 seconds of watching this video, you're going to hear me say, hi, my name is Tiffany, and all of my hair fell out. Okay. I wanted to hook them in the very beginning so that they watch that video, but literally that's a pain point for people. There is so many people on social media that talks about, a stylist fried my hair off, or I didn't take care of my hair, or I have postpartum hair loss, all the things, right? And you have a solution to share with them. Okay.
No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't have a solution. You have a vulnerability to hone in on, and you're going to go after that because it lines your pockets. You don't have a proven solution for them. You have what you think is great because, again, it lines your pockets.
Okay. Create simple demonstrations. Of course, scalp oil. That's a super, super easy way to do that. You can have fun with this too. I'm going to be honest with you. Of course, you can record yourself doing a scalp treatment. One of the times I was on a Zoom call, actually, with our team. I wasn't hosting the call, I was just listening, but I set up my phone and I recorded myself on a Zoom doing my scalp treatment while I was on a call. And I talked about how easy it is to fit this into your routine. It's not something that's going to add a ton of time. It's literally going to take 5 minutes. I can multitask. I can do it while I'm on a call or, anything like that, right? The next thing, use the bundles. Okay, now I know the free hairbrush is ending today, but we do have plenty of time. It's only 11:30. Okay, we have plenty of time to talk about these hair bundles with the free brush. But I'm going to be
shout out to them. I mean, I know most of these people probably have day jobs, traditional jobs that actually pay their bills for them. But shout out to them for not making this an 8 o'clock at night call. It is the middle of a workday, so progress, not perfection.
To be honest with you, even when the free brush ends, I'm going to still promote the bundles. Okay, we already have those series bundles on our website, so there's no point to not talk about them, right? Okay, so make sure to ask questions. This is super, super important. Even if somebody comes to you and says, sell me all of the hair care that you're using, I am still going to ask them questions because I want to make sure that I get the right products in their hand. Of course, I'm going to tell them that they need this. Okay. This is a non-negotiable for hair health. But when it comes to the other series, are you, do you have thin hair? Do you have damaged hair? Is your hair super, super dry? Like, I'm going to ask those questions to make sure that I get the right products in their hands. Okay.
Do you have an irritated scalp? Do you have patchy spots on your scalp where this oil might irritate their skin? Like, you're just automatically saying everybody needs it. That's not the case. It could irritate somebody's skin if they have a flaky scalp. What the are we doing?
You have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay. And I've had plenty of times that somebody will literally come to me and just be like, sell me everything you use. But I'm still going to ask those questions. It's going to instill trust into my clients because they're going to trust me because they're going to get a product in their hand that's going to work for them. They're going to love it. And then that's going to turn them into a long-time customer. Okay. Next thing, create a wish list. Okay, or a hot list. Why did I say wish list? Create a hot list. Okay. I have a hot list that I use all the time. And I have this in my link in bio. Okay. I have a beacons that has like all the different links. I have healthy hair bundle that's linked literally everywhere. This has the super elixir oil, which is my number one. Okay. This has my intense repair leave-in conditioner. I use this every single time I wash my hair. And then I add all of the series bundles to that hot list. And the reason being is that I don't have to change it for every single client. If someone messages me and asks me about hair care, the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to ask them questions. Okay. What is your hair type? What are you looking for in hair care? And then I'm going to tell them, great, I think the hydrating line is going to be the best for you. Here is a list. It's a little shopping cart. Make sure to grab the leave-in conditioner. It's one of my favorites. Make sure to grab the super elixir. That's my top product. And then make sure to add the hydrating bundle to your cart. Okay. Because they can go through that hot list and they can click on what they want and what they don't want. But then that way I'm not creating different lists for different hair care. So all of the different series bundles are on there and that's okay. And then that's a great time to attempt to upsell. Now, this is not always going to work, right? But when I'm having those conversations and I'm setting the hot list, hey, I'm not sure if you're in the market for any styling products as well, but we have really, really great styling products. Okay. We have a hairspray that I absolutely love. Anytime I curl my hair, it's the best hairspray I have. Doesn't leave your hair crunchy. I talk about the dry shampoo. Okay. Does not leave a white residue. I have dark hair, all of those things. So that's a great way to kind of add on without setting them a hot list with every single hair care item on it, right? You don't want it to be too overwhelming, but also you can talk about those other products as well. Okay. Okay. So here's something else that I do that I want to show you guys with hair care. And this is really great for a lot of things, skincare, nutrition, all of the things, right? One of the most common things that we have is that a customer will purchase these products. And then what's the first question they ask? How do I use it? Right. And I found myself constantly, okay, to do a scalp treatment, you're going to do this once a week. You're going to part your hair, or here's a reel that shows this. And I'm trying to send this all the time. I work smarter, not harder. Okay. Now, anybody can do this. I went into Canva. I wish I could like show you, but here's my little Canva graphic. It is on my phone. I have an album in my phone that says hair care. And I have all of my results photos, all of the things that I need when it comes to hair. When someone purchases any of the hair care items from me, I send them this photo that they can have and they can save. What this does is explain to them exactly how to use the products.
Wow, what a concept. Just being a salesperson. This is common sense.
So super elixir oil. I talk about not only can this oil be used on your face daily, I add that too. Okay. I use it on my skin too, but it's a great addition to your hair care routine. I tell them exactly how to use it, section your hair, all the things, put it up in a bun, sleep in it, all the things. And then I say afterwards, of course, time to shampoo your hair twice, roots only. Condition your hair, put it in your ends only, do not put it on your roots. And then I also talk about leave-in conditioner is going to be used mid to ends of your hair after you get out of the shower and you towel dry your hair.
Hot take. I put all my conditioner on my roots. I always have put conditioner on my roots. And I know as a hairstylist, you're not supposed to, but I do.
If you're going to break rules, you can do better than that.
Okay. And then of course I say, dry your hair, style like normal. Things like that. I also put a note on here of what all of the different hair cares do, right? So hydrating is for your dry hair, volumizing is for your fine hair, all those things, right? So this is what I send to my clients. Now I tell them too, when you purchase a bundle from me, don't worry. I'm going to send you a graphic. It's going to explain everything. And then the minute they place that order, then I'm sending that to them so that they can have. Okay. This makes my life a million times easier, and I'm not repeating the same thing over and over again. Okay. So, last tip for you, okay, is healthy hair is not going to be an overnight thing. I know I said this before, but I'm going to reiterate, okay? It does take time. So take people on the journey with you. Be honest about your hair health, be vulnerable, and be patient with it. It's going to take some time, but I can guarantee you that these are going to work wonders for you.
This is wild. This is wild. Some random lady on a random Wednesday morning, I don't know if it was Wednesday, is sitting here telling these people to trust their hair journey. It's a journey. What dimension are we in where this is acceptable as a woman? Like, as a woman, why are we, as women, why are we like, yeah, okay, I'm going to sit here and scroll on my phone and listen to this lady who has no formal education on hair care tell me that I need all these products and buy them right now because she had a hair journey herself and used these products. Did she use those products? Also, what are you eating? Are you taking supplements? There's many factors that goes into how your hair is growing and whatnot that will send me on all new tangents that we don't need. We deserve more as men and women and non-binary individuals who want to take care of our hair. We deserve people who know what they're talking about, not people who just had their own personal hair journey and think they know all things about how to get your hair healthy. We deserve better.
I know my camera is kind of like set down, but I'm going to tell you guys, like, it is absolutely insane where my hair used to be. Probably when I started Farmasi, it was probably like here. Okay. You guys can see the results photos on my page, but
I could see you need a trim.
Hey, I'm just being honest.
Last thing that I'm going to give you. Okay. And I promise I'm going to let you guys go. I've been talking forever. I'm going to give you a little action for today. Okay. Bundles are ending today. All right. So I want you to go post a hair tip on your page. Maybe, talk about how to do a hair demo. If you have the ability to do a scalp treatment today, record it, go live, share that with your audience, talk about all of the ingredients, what they do. Again, I can show you guys this. I went to ChatGPT and I asked it to explain all of these ingredients in the elixir and what they do for your hair. I have notes everywhere because I can't remember all of these things all the time. So do something like that today, okay? Share a customer story or maybe an FI story and go steal my graphics. I don't care. A big thing too is maybe go post a poll. Go into your stories or go onto your Facebook or Instagram and just post a poll and ask people, what is your biggest hair struggle? Let them answer that question and then go jump into Messenger and follow up with them and just say, hey, have you been looking for a new hair care line to help with XYZ that you're going through? I would love to share some information about Farmasi. And that's all I got.
Don't do that.
Okay, so now I know a lot about hair. Like, okay, oh my goodness.
I told you I could talk forever.
Girl, great job. Absolutely great job.
Your best bet, honestly, if you are somebody who's looking to improve your hair care, whatnot, find somebody who doesn't specifically talk about one product like Farmasi, because that's a red flag that they are likely in an MLM. When you're looking for somebody who is on social media, being a quote unquote influencer, look for somebody who is a professional. One of my favorite creators that I follow, his name is Jeremy, and his Instagram tag, I'll leave it in the description. I think he has a TikTok too, and he has a YouTube. Jared does hair. He is a professional. He knows his shit. He knows what he's talking about. He will recommend things. He is an influencer. He does get kickbacks from the things that he promotes and he talks about, rightfully so, because he knows what he's talking about. He's not going to recommend somebody products that are not going to be good for the type of hair he's speaking on. So all of that to say, if you're looking for recommendations on social media for hair care, look for people like Jeremy, who is a professional hairstylist, who has been in the industry, who has been working with different products, who knows different product lines that work for different things, not somebody who's utilizing one specific product all of the time because it's a red flag that they are just doing it for the dollar signs.
Bonnie, I know you're sitting there agreeing and you just had your hair cut. So this is fun timing. But thank you so much, Tiffany. You're going to have a lot of viewers on your Facebook page going to grab some photos today.
That's fine.
I think we sometimes forget about our hair health. We're so focused on our skin and forget about the scalp and forget about how important that is. So thank you. That was amazing.
It sure was. Tiffany,
Oh
that That was amazing training. I'm sitting here thinking, is it we haven't done hair training on Farmasi Momentum before? That was so valuable. And I'm sure everybody watching on Facebook and we see on Zoom, they are absolutely loving this training. And I love that you gave them a challenge. I hope everybody puts a 1 in the comments if they're going to take that challenge, and they're going to go talk about hair care, and they're going to like so much stuff here. I love how you add the hot list to your bio.
Yeah.
Yeah. Were you going to say something, Tiff?
No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Okay. No.
Like this is like an untapped thing, you know, like
exactly.
when it comes to pharmacy, there's a lot of people that focus the makeup, the skincare, the nutrition, but I don't think enough people talk about the hair care. So that's I am jumping full force into this.
Okay, so
guys,
no, go ahead.
What if we made hair care the #1 selling product today?
Yeah, I was just going to say.
How fun would that be? What if Emre was just so surprised that he's like, Jose, what is your sales team doing? Why are hair shampoo and
everyone's agreeing?
You just need to tell them they got to keep that elixir in stock because I can't.
Oh, girl, the elixir is my favorite too. I don't know what I would do if it went away.
And the elixir could even do better because it's such an amazing product. So let's go sell that elixir. I love that you said, who wants to go on a hair care journey with me?
Yes. Yes.
I think that was so great. I love that. Okay. Oh, it's on like Donkey Kong from Tina. I love it.
Let me add something too, because like, you know, even me and Renee were talking the other day and I was telling her that I've kind of like switched my content to hair, and I had brought up the elixir. And we were even talking about, you know, like this is one of Farmasi's most expensive products. And I know that sometimes we kind of get into our head about, you know, is someone going to spend the money? I'm going to tell you, #1, when it comes to hair, some of us will spend whatever it takes. Okay.
Yes. Oh,
when all of my hair fell out, I bought a $500 halo extension piece. Okay. I didn't have $500 to spend on that, but I wasn't happy about how my hair was. People will spend the money. Okay.
Yeah. Target their vulnerabilities and they will spend the money. If that wasn't confirmation that they are only doing this to line their pockets, I don't know what else is.
If they worry about cost, offer them a discount shopper account. Okay. Yep. Why not? Right.
And Tiffany, to that point, how many of us, I just went yesterday, I got my hair dyed, I got it cut. We spend what, $120, $140, some of us? And yet you want to use the cheap $1.99 dollar store shampoo on your hair? Oh no, girl, that's not going to help you. You can spend a ton of money at the beauty salon, but if you don't take really good care, starting with the scalp, and I loved your analogy of thinking about it like the plant.
Yeah.
Right. I love that analogy. If you don't take good care of it, it's not going to matter what you spend at the salon.
Mm-hmm.
Same with your skin, guys. We preach it about the skin all the time. Your scalp is
and I'm going to be honest with you. When it comes to, you know, other hair oils on the market, we are more affordable. I've done my research.
Yes, we are. And it's an amazing list of ingredients. If you all don't know the combination of oils in that product, do what Tiffany said. Go ChatGPT all those oils and learn about what each one adds to the formula.
No, don't. ChatGPT. What are we fucking doing? Oh, I can't. We're done. They're just wrapping up, telling about their specials for the month. Things we don't need to listen to. I am so irritated that we're doing this, that people are doing this to other people. Find the actual trained professionals that know what they're talking about and either go to them directly, get a service from them, ask them questions about your scalp and your hair because they know what they're talking about, or find somebody. Go follow Jeremy. Jeremy is amazing. I love him so much. And other creators like that are trained and are not going to steer you in the wrong direction of different products for different ailments you might need when it comes to your hair care. And that is my word of advice for you today. As always, thanks for hanging out with me while I talk a bunch of shit, and I will see you in the next one.